Hello and welcome back. So we're back in Factorio Atlantis. And while you're away, I realised that we were never going to get this tiled with landfill, and I set up a load more landfill machines. So there's one here that's feeding off the overflow from bricks. Then this patch here, I'm mining the stone direct in. We are pulling, we are pulling the stone direct off the belt into the landfill machine. Then we're using priority splitters to stop the stone going any further. Then we're sorting the copper from the coal. The coal is heading off towards these. Oh dear. These are quite low on coal. How are we doing for power? Ooh, we're right up against our power. Okay, that probably tells us what we're doing now. Then I also set up this patch, which is doing the same thing. So we are mining directly. Yeah. So that's pretty much it at the moment. We've already killed a couple of drills. And it's just all hands on deck to get as much landfill as possible out of these stone patches. And then of course up here, we're turning these into landfill as well. Okay, so that's where we're at. I've also thrown down a load more grid squares, and that is probably actually why we're so low on power, because loads of roboports and no extra power. Let's click on this, double check. What? Oh, right, so it's radars and roboports. Right, so we need to put down a lot more power. And let's see what the options are. Right, okay, so as it stands, we are consuming this solid fuel as quickly as we are making it. These are backed up. These are not running because they can't get rid of their petroleum. We are turning as much petroleum as we can into plastic, which presumably is then becoming red circuits for roboports. We are doing some sulfur. Okay, so what could we do next to get... In theory, this is capable of driving a full belt. Alright, so I'm thinking of doing something a bit ridiculous, which is to take this. Right, let's upgrade that. We are going to put this... Is that in line? Yeah. Do I want to do it here, or do I want to actually do it? I think I'd like to actually do this properly. I'm going to make use of a grid. All right, so let's take this again. Now, this is enough to produce 1 belt's worth of solid fuel. From heavy oil. That means it's enough for half a belt of solid fuel from light oil, because that's the way the ratios work. What I could do is put down 2 of these. Okay. Will it fit? No, it won't. If I turn it round, will it fit? Yes, it will. All right, and this is a power station. This is a square which will become used at some point when this gets moved out of the way. So I think this is as good a place as any. All right, so we are going to take... And in fact, I'm going to move all of the solid fuel production into a single solid fuel production cell. Okay. Here, maybe? So I could fit 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. I could fit 4, perhaps. So this is for solid fuel from heavy oil. This will be solid fuel from... we can't quite fit. Let's take that out. That's not quite where I want things. And I don't want the fish. They can live to swim another day. Okay, so let's make this a bit more even. So that's right against the edge. Right, that's out by 8. I'm just thinking if I have to put a train station on that side, where would it go? All right, so we could put things there. So 1. Yeah. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4. Let's do that. So leave 3, 4. Okay, and in a moment that platform will get built, and then we can stamp down these. I say in a moment. I wonder quite how bad our backlog is. Okay, lots of things are happening. How are we doing for bots? So let's put that there for now. All right. So we have over 1,000 free construction bots and platforms. 7.6 and 9.8k platforms, so that's not a problem. We're just waiting for the order to be noticed here, and then this will get built pretty quickly. Okay, so this is going to be our new solid fuel production cell. Then I think there's 2 uses for solid fuel. We need it for trains, train fuel, and we need it for power. So I think for power, I want to start putting down power stations in this cell. And again, let's take a blueprint of this. Okay, so I want to upgrade all the power poles. How do I do that? I'm not sure. Okay, we'll figure that out in a minute. So I want to upgrade all the power poles. Everything else is pretty much okay. Let's trim off that. That underground, because I'm not sure how I'm going to feed in currently. Let's take that away. All right. So I think that is our... There you are, power 2040 times 2. And then we will upgrade it. Okay. Put that there for now. This. Now, can I... No, I'm not... Oh, that's better. Okay, that worked. Great. So now I can place this down as well. Here. And this should be enough to power 2 of these monstrosities. There's not actually room for more than 2. So let's put those in. I think that's roughly central. We're not going for absolute beauty. All right, so that is, I'm gonna have to count with my fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares from one side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares from the other side is there. There. There we are. Okay. And this is our solid fuel blueprint. So let's give this an icon. Solid fuel. Okay, is that where I want that? Do I want this side by side, or do I want it above and below? You know what? I think I want that above and below. In which case, these are around the wrong way. All right, let's take that. I've got this special fish deconstructor. That's the one I should be using. That's it. All right. So let's grab the power again. So the belts come in there. This is roughly the center one way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm hoping that leaves enough room if I wanted to fit in some rail. I think it does just. Okay. Brilliant. So that's now building out as a platform. How are we going to get pipes to here? Well, we'll figure that out in a minute. I think that's a in a minute problem. Right, we are really low here. We're almost out of power. Tell you what, the quick fix is actually to destroy a load of petroleum, which makes me cry a bit inside, but it is the best I can do at the moment. And seriously, if we run out of power, we are stuffed. Okay, so that's all starting to kick back in again now. I feel very bad for destroying that much petroleum. All right, so how are we doing here? These platforms for the solid fuel are building. Okay, so what I was going to do today was set up supply stations for ore. And I'm not quite sure with the supply train manager if you can set up a single supply site which supplies multiple types of item, or if you need one for each type of item. I don't really understand the best way to do it, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so where would we want to have a supply station? I want it slightly away from the center. Well, I guess we can move it in future. So let's start off with it down here. While we were growing, we uncovered some small land masses. There's some iron there, some copper, some stone. Nothing of note here. This has a smidge of copper. Then there's a 69 million iron ore patch, which is quite tasty. Iron ore, nothing much down here. We've got some spitters, uranium. Bit of stone, nothing much. 4.5 million copper, we'll need that probably. Yeah, and that's it so far. So that's our 12 million iron. So we've found iron, a touch of copper, no coal, and no petroleum. Okay, so I need to prioritize this into power. Because we're down to 6 steam engines. Okay. Ooh, we must be bad. We've lost power to drive. Okay. This is pretty serious. Ooh. And we're back. So we just have this bank of 8 at the end now. Squeeze! Squeeze! Got it! Oh, this arm is just... Can it? Can it? Can it? Can it? We are almost in a power death spiral. Alright, I may have to have a go at addressing this manually. Alright, so what can I do? These things are running slowly because they don't have power. Okay. That's another 150. I hope I'm doing the right thing, trying to keep this working. In these situations, it's the number of boilers you can get going that's important. Alright, so I don't need those or those. Or those. They can be recycled. Alright. Caught this just in time. That could have been really serious. Alright, so we have some steam engines now. And these are out of light oil. Okay. I don't know quite what's happening to the heavy oil. Oh, it's been cracked into light. So that's fine. Alright. Let's have a look at power again. It's very not happy. Okay, let's have a look up here. Are any of these built? Not quite. This one is, so let's put it down. Okay, so here. No, not quite at there. Okay, so that. And we're just waiting on a couple of platforms for this. This could take a while, particularly since the bots all ran out of charge because everything ran out. Okay. How are we doing here? Not terribly. These are all running. Yeah, those are all running. These are all running now. Well, some of them are. Right, so back to what I wanted to do, which is I wanted to put down a supplier station And the idea would be we would bring in a track here. Okay. So it comes in here. And then it needs to go out. So go out there. Except this isn't going to work very well. Right, let's take this away. Right. I kind of want something that feeds in and, whoops, in and out again. Come on. Okay. Fishy. All right, so the idea then, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a way to build a stacker within this area. So how many of these can I? Right. So you'd come in, branch off to one of these, but then I'm not sure how you rejoin the world. And I think you have to rejoin it by doing something like that. Okay, so I think this is where we rejoin. Like that. Okay, so we are nearly dead again from lack of power. This is largely built though, so let's get back down here. Oh, we've used all of our backlogs, I think, nearly. All right, what else can I do just before the new power station comes up? I think I'm going to have to route everything I can in terms of coal into the mini power station above. Right, I've got a line of coal here. That's not being used. So splitter. Whoops. Splitter. This needs to prioritize output up. This needs to prioritize input from here. Okay, this is now full. Good. Let's grab a load of this. Okay, they're all going. So that is some, but it's not enough power to get this going. Okay, what else could we do? Well, the obvious thing is to temporarily route the excess of this into the other power station. Yeah, so let's do that because we are desperate. Okay, this is split off to plastic. Great, so if we then, oh, that has to be solid fuel. However, we can put another split there. We can take input priority right, so it does solid fuel whenever possible. Okay. All right, so that at least feeds some coal into this. I'm aware I'm feeding off 2 lines. All right, I'm going to leave it there. We will rejoin the trying to get power working again battle in the next episode. Till then, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.